Oh boy, I've been waiting to get to this one for a while.
Foster's Goes to Europe, how I hate you so. I think this review was the first time I used an Amazon video for the footage, and about a year later they made it so you couldn't do that anymore. Because for some reason, Amazon doesn't want people who buy movies and shows on their website to be able to watch them if they lose their internet connection. At the time, I said this was my favorite review up to that point. It was funny, the pacing was great, and I had a really good amount of energy. It still has a few too many pauses, and the standard quality does look pretty cheap, but I still think this review holds up. And if you're wondering where the review is, well, 4 years after it went up, YouTube finally decided to take it down and give me a copyright strike. Because, you know, better late than never, I guess. But you can find it on Dailymotion, and I will try to get it back up sometime this year. Maybe. I don't know. But anyway, Foster's Goes to Europe. Still one of the worst things I've ever reviewed. Valentine's Day may have made me more angry, and Let Sleeper Dogs Lie is objectively worse, but I still hate this. Most people agree the ending sucks, but really take that out, there's still very little to like. It's boring, the characters are annoying, it's repetitive, and has one slightly funny joke in 22 minutes. And when I first saw this as a kid, it made me so angry that I almost refused to believe it actually happened. So in finding a better version for one of the worst episodes I've ever seen, I think there's actually a pretty perfect episode in season 4. One of the more memorable and quotable episodes. Squeeze the Day. Hell, it's even written by the same guy. Almost like him apologizing. So we open up with sorry, I automatically have panic attacks when I hear alarm clocks on screen. Why would you ever use an actual alarm clock sound? Blue gets up and heads to the bathroom.
Hurry it up, will ya? If nobody's in there, say something next time.
You see, that's how you make Blue an asshole and make it funny. Because no one's there to serve breakfast, he gets himself some chips and drops one on the floor. Because he's lazier than me on the weekend, he refuses to pick it up and calls for Frankie. But she isn't answering. He tries to get her himself, but he notices that she's not there. Nor is anyone else, including Never Leave Steve.
Wait a minute! Never Leave Steve never leaves!
Then how did he leave his original creator's house? So in case you're wondering, no, the rapture didn't happen, although that would be kind of interesting. Instead, everyone is just at the beach.
We forgot Master Beauregard!
No, we didn't. He totally ruined our day at the beach, so we left him behind on purpose, remember?
Normally I would say that's mean, but I saw I Only Have Surprise for You, so I totally get it. Blue decides to pass the time by watching the Weather Channel and accidentally creating a meme.
It's hot in Topeka.
It's hot in Topeka.
Although because of this, I'll always remember what Kansas's capital is. He then slides on the floor. Then he decides to experiment with lipstick and eyebrow marker as Mac comes in.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Oh, come on, Mac. This is not the weirdest thing you've caught him doing. Mac asks where everyone is, so Blue comes up with an explanation.
What? Meteor. You know the meteor that destroyed the dinosaurs? This was that meteor's son, and it was looking for revenge.
That makes no sense. If the meteor was the one who did the killing, why would the son want revenge? They then find a note saying they went to the beach, and Blue, being annoyed, tries to go. But Max sees this as the opportunity to have fun with no one else around. So they decide to just go crazy. Did someone give Max sugar again? This is actually a really funny scene, and this is one of my favorite jokes.
This is a joke!
But Mac realizes they can't waste time by doing stupid things. They have to do something really special.
We spend the day finding the famous Foster's treasure, the one left over from Madame Foster's pirate days.
Oh, Madame Foster doesn't have a treasure. If she did, then the episode Cookie Dough would make no sense and make her look really, really awful. Mac instead tells him about some adult movies in Frankie's room.
To have amassed such an empire, to what do you owe?
What do I owe my success?
Yep.
Seriously?
Yes.
This is so boring.
I agree. They then try the bucket on the door prank, and this is one of my favorite parts.
What do you want me to do? Dump it on myself?
Climb out the window so you come in the right way.
Do it!
I love that line so much, I quote it all the time. So they decide to just gorge themselves on sugary snacks. And as we all know, when Mac gets sugar, he goes a bit crazy. So of course nothing happens. This episode has some odd continuity errors. But eventually the sugar crash and stomach aches begin.
We gotta think of something else to do, Mac.
After one of the most dramatic scenes on the show, seriously, this scene deserved an Emmy, they remember something they've always wanted to do.
Whoa! We're gonna do the thing!
Julie, do the thing!
Unfortunately, Blue breaks the elevator, meaning they may never get to do their special thing. But they can at least act out the film devil, or 9/11. The elevator falls and the scene that follows is so intense that I simply can't show you. You have to watch it for yourself. So their plan is to slide down the stairs, but Blue forgot the cookie sheet. So he decides to use a picture of Madam Foster instead. They try sliding down, but they're too heavy, leading to a scuffle that slings the picture down the stairs. But Mac finds a treasure map, meaning Madam Foster really is a terrible person. This whole treasure hunting scene is really funny. It's very fast paced and does kind of have an urgency to it because you know time is running out. Eventually they just give up and just start digging, but all they find is Uncle Pocket's bag of stuff. With only 5 minutes left, they start to go crazy again and just do anything they can think of, like play ball in the house.
This is boring!
Read Coco's diary. My god, that is some filthy shit. What the fuck is wrong with her? And when they arrive, they try the bucket thing again, but it doesn't work. Worst ALS bucket challenge video ever. Wilt apparently did something at the beach, getting them all banned.
Now I've got to go back, clean all that sand, and somehow find homes for all those jellyfish.
What in the holy Christ?
I wish I could be you, Mac. No job, no responsibilities. You will never be a child again, Mac. Don't let it pass you by. All that matters is right here, right now. Take advantage of every precious moment. This is your time to do the most awesome of awesome things.
Don't believe her, Mac. I'm sorry, I really hate this whole being a kid is the best time of your life message. I mean, I get it, don't rush through childhood, and yeah, I've complained a lot about my life the past few years. I would never want to be 8 again. So the two sit down to watch the Weather Channel, and in the end credits, we get more confirmation that Madam Foster really is the greatest troll who ever lived.
No landlubbing scallywag is getting their hands on my booty! Harg!
This episode is not only a better version of Foster's Goes to Europe, it also shows that you can make a great episode while having tons of continuity errors. Take that, Let Sleeper Dogs Lie. This episode shouldn't work. We know there are friends who would never leave Foster's. Mac acts oddly more mischievous than in most episodes, and he doesn't go crazy when he eats sugar. And yet, this is one of my favorite episodes of the series. I love this one. It is hilarious, the pace is fast, it's always moving, and it oddly does kind of make me remember being a kid and trying to do something that would make the day worth living each day. I mean, for me, that was usually just watching TV, but still. As far as how it fixes Foster's Goes to Europe, it's Mac and Blue trying to do something fun, and yet stupid, pointless tasks continue getting in the way. Difference though, these were funny, and everything bad that happened was entirely their fault, as opposed to being forced on them by everyone else. And there's a lot more variety. It even kind of has an ending where the only main character that is happy is Madam Foster. Mac and Blue didn't get to do their incredible thing, and everyone else got banned from the beach. But at least Madam Foster got her treasure. I could see some people not being able to overlook its writing problems, or maybe finding it a bit annoying, but I love this episode. So next up, I believe, is Boy Meets World. One of the better episodes I've reviewed, and one of my worst reviews, period. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. It's very fast paced and does kind of have an not energy, what the hell am I saying?